Fun, fun live video today. I was gonna see if I can go live on Instagram too here. So when I was there we go. There we go. When I was in, 1st grade, take y'all back to 1st grade. My mom came home from parent-teacher conference. I remember this very well. I don't remember the setting or the visual, I just remember the context around it now. But that was a huge moment in my life, and I don't even think I've ever mentioned this to my mom or we've talked about this at all. But she had mentioned in the parent-teacher conference that my 1st grade teacher, Miss Umbarger, called me a leader. She said, "Adam is a leader." My mom was telling me this. She said, "Your teacher said you're a leader." She said, "Out on the playground, you're a leader." And so for me, I, for whatever reason, grabbed that, held on to it, kept it close to me. In the back of my mind, on the playground, playing sports, I'm sure we were playing soccer or basketball or whatever, being a leader. So that was part of my identity. I grasped it, I understood it, I embodied it, and I also harnessed it to be able to create more of leadership capacity on the playground. And so all through my life, I was a leader in sports, a big sports guy, love being part of a team, love the camaraderie, love, the heat of the moment when we're, at the end of the game, somebody's gotta step up, give me the ball. Give me the ball, give me the at bat, whatever the case may be. And so when it came to jumping into the business world, it was hard for me to translate my being a leader on the playground or on the field in sport to business. And in thinking of the classroom, I wasn't a leader in the classroom. If I was a leader in the classroom, I was a leader of disruption a little bit and class clowning. Not the ideal leader scenario, but it really was. It was like I compartmentalized this conversation about leadership. And it's just fun to think about just all the moments in our lives that built who we are today. And sometimes we get stuck in how we are today and we look at the past and we're kind of cussing the past. That got us to where we are today. And if we don't take responsibility for that in this moment right here and right now, then we can continue to play the blame game and the victim game and, point at our parents or our teachers or our peers or whatever for who we are today. But we have this responsibility, this ethical responsibility to show up as a leader in this moment, however that looks for you. And so I've been reflecting more and more on the word leader because it's gotten kind of a stigma around it now, especially when it comes to online world and online leaders and influencers, things of that nature. It's almost this equation that says, I have a huge following equals I'm a leader. And those who have huge hearts and can actually impact and help a lot of people, sometimes we feel like we can't fully take the leadership role because we don't have the huge following or the crazy $2 million business. But I wanna start to introduce the idea and just plant the seed in you to get you to start thinking about leading where you are today, where you are right now. And we all have leadership capacity inside of us. All of us. We're all born leaders. We can lead in one aspect or another, and we don't give ourselves enough credit at times. If for example, it's like if you pull up on a accident, somebody slipped off the highway or you saw a wreck in front of you, are you gonna drive on by? Chances are no. Chances are you're gonna step and swing into action and you're gonna help. You're gonna be of service. You're going to lead. You're gonna take command of that moment. So why is it that we feel like we can't take command of this moment we have right here and right now in business and parenting, is in relationships, wherever the case may be for you? And also, there's this old school leadership, let's just say persona for one thing, the hard charger, the left brain of the masculine, the dominating energy. It almost seems like a lot of people buy into that and they feel like they need to be this, hard charging, hard nosed, cussing people out type of leader. But there's a lot of people that don't respond to that energy. There's a lot of people that just will not respond the way that's going to allow them to have more growth in their life to that type of energy. And There's been numerous instances in my life where my parents or my peers, somebody would tell me something like, "Adam, you just need to do this," or my wife, my "Adam, you just need to do this." It's just like, just did not accept it. And then a friend of mine or somebody that I, hold in high regards tells me the same thing in a genuine way, and it's like, boom, I got it, I understand it. So sometimes in life, we need to hear things in a different way from a different person, and that might be you. You might have a message inside of you, you might have, experiences, you've gone through certain things others can benefit greatly from. But I'm not ready for that yet, and I don't have all my stuff mastered, I don't have it all figured out, so I can't lead. And if that's the mentality, this world will continue to suffer, because if you're not leading, if the next person isn't leading, the people that are supposed to work with you and learn from you to step into their own leadership role aren't leading, then yes, this world is gonna continue to do the same thing that it's doing right now. We've got the peeps in charge, we've got the leaders that we've been following for a long time, but for me, I'm like, "Let's shake things up." Let's get some people in the game and climbing the ladder and really getting some exposure that have huge hearts and that are here to make a huge impact. And yet again, it doesn't matter on what scale. Like literally, you could help one person and change the entire world. You could plant a seed with somebody who is, suicidal or got some stuff going on, and they go on to, just recover and stand on their power, and they start doing good things in life. You change the world. You change the trajectory of the world. I don't think people see that enough. Like, it doesn't matter if we change a million gazillion people's lives. Here's the thing, there is kind of just old school leaders, right, who did a very good job, and hey, no shame in this game, when the internet world was at the wild, wild west, when Facebook was early, when Twitter. I remember watching people on seminars, I think in, like, 2009, and people had been in the game for, like, 3 years, 4 years, and I'm like, "Wow, these guys got it all figured out," and I'm just razzled and dazzled by these, and they're only, like, a few years ahead of me. But I continued to stay back in this passive learning mode because it was safe. I didn't wanna take the lead. I didn't wanna claim to have some value and to know something. I didn't see myself in that light. In sports, yes, but not in life and in business. And so there's an opportunity right here and right now because things have gotten crazy and chaotic and messy. There's so much information flying here and there. We got TikToks and, Instagram Reels and all this stuff that is fast paced, fast paced, fast paced. And if you have a message, if you have a huge heart, if you have something that you know you can offer the world, the best form of leadership is to stop their world. Speak to them in a way to where they feel seen, heard, and understood. Stop to or talk to them in a way that literally shakes their paradigm. "Whoa, I've never heard about it like that. Yes, I've been doing the same thing, but I can see why it's not effective. Like, let me pause here, let me consider." You can start to be a little bit more influential and understand marketing psychology, human psychology, how to get people to have epiphanies for themselves. That way you don't have to force your information and believe this and do this. Nobody likes to be forced. Nobody likes to be pushed. Nobody likes to be talked down to. But people do need to be led. And we all have this leadership capacity and ability inside of us. So it's time to wake that up a little bit. And the fastest way to do so is to trust yourself. You have this urge, this nudge to speak up, to say something, or to maybe even do a Facebook Live and say, "Hey, look, I can help. I've been there. I'm walking this path. I might not have it all figured out, but I might be a couple steps ahead. I can help you." Start to claim your worth and claim your value because there's so many peeps out there that got huge audiences, right? That would love for you to buy with them and interact with them, but they are, and not everybody, I'm not gonna try to tarnish everybody here. But there's people out there that's literally just bottom line, bottom line, bottom line. How do we get more dollars? How do we get more dollars? How do we get people to ring that register? And they don't always have the best interest in mind. So when it comes to redefining leadership, if you can care deeply about the people that you're here to impact, and at the exact same time, don't give a damn about nothing. Don't give a damn about what they think. Just lead, take that leadership role, care deeply for them, walk that razor's edge. You can slip off this way, you can slip off this way, this fine line of caring deeply, deeply for people, and at the same time, not giving a damn what people think. That's some personal power, my friend. That's some leadership right there. And I'm telling you, when you have that type of energy, that capacity to not be attached, and not to have your ego on the line, and not to have it play out a certain way, people see something different. They start to perk up, they start to pay attention, they start to take notice. And that's the work, because we need more heart-centered leaders. We need more people who are out here opening their hearts and not just trying to crack the code on, what's the selling system and what's the, way to, get a whole bunch of followers in a short amount of time. No, let's let it be genuine. Let it be heart aligned. When you care deeply for people and people feel that you really do have their best interest in mind, they're gonna look at you different. They're gonna consider working with you. They're gonna tell their friends about you, and that's when the love spreads. Not only from a business standpoint, not only from a leadership standpoint, but from an interaction and energy standpoint. You can help people to have a new experience in life. 'Cause we're so inundated. We're so consumed by scrolling on this phone. We can mix it up. We can get people to stop their world, break outside the mold, to do things differently, to think differently. That's leadership. And so I'm gonna start doing some more videos like this because I feel it in my heart. I just wanna help. There's one point in time years ago, 2014, I was in a huge, deep, dark, scary depression, like the scariest time of my life. Gives me chills even thinking about it now. And in that time, business was suffering, falling into debt, and I just kept thinking, I was like, "I just need to make some money. I just need to make a sale. I just need to make a sale." It was so hard for me to get behind that energy. It was so hard for me to move forward in this need, this lack, and this fear, and this scarcity, and it just got to a point where it's just like, "I'm done with this. This is stupid." Like, and I knew in my heart I just wanted to help people, but I felt like I needed to make money in order to help people. So I just laid it all down. I said, "You know what? My intention is to help people. So that's what I'm gonna do." So I actually started jumping on free coaching calls with peeps, being of service, helping them, to hold space for them, work through certain aspects in their business and life. And sure enough, little by little, inch by inch, my business started to take off. But it wasn't until I put the name of service first in front of making that next sale or feeding my ego. Yes, they said yes, anything like that. It was pure heart, pure service. But at the same time, you've gotta be able to claim your worth. You gotta be able to charge and ask for the sale. This isn't just conversation of energy and giving and then all things appear. There's an element to that 100%. At the same time, to know how to interact with people and ask for the sale and set things up in a way to where it's a win-win for people. It's not a overpromise and underdeliver. It's a win-win or it's a underpromise, overdeliver, blow them away. So that way they become consistent, continual clients, and they spread the word about what you're up to and what you're doing. So, I'll leave it at that. Final thoughts on that. Lead from where you are, right here, right now, today, because there's somebody in your life, somebody in your world, somebody on your social media account that's been kinda keeping an eye on you. There's something that they see about you. You haven't claimed it for yourself yet, and when you claim it, when you step into seeing yourself and embodying being a leader, your life changes in so many ways. So find that leadership quality in yourself because we all have it. We were all born with it. It might look different you know, for each and every one of us. It might look slightly different, but it's still there. So, okay. Much love to you. If I can be of service and help you in any way, let me know. My heart is open. I feel for the peeps out there that, are starting a business or they're just in the muck and the mud, or they're just getting to this point where they're on autopilot They're checking out in life. They're totally missing being present. I feel for these peeps. I feel for you if that's you. So, if I can help you in any way, send me a note. Much love to you. Go help somebody today. The world needs it. Y'all know it. So, all right. Much love. Talk soon.